Inspired.
Can I have another expired?
Nah, I don't stack. But
Yeah, actually, you said.
but yes, Deverick, what still holds you back? How else can we still sweeten this deal?
Maverick just realized what your friends say and what I am, Maverick is in the situation right now. Because if we even disagree, we will be taken hostage. So she realized a little bit, and then Maverick says to you, Maverick says to the queen, I don't know what you're up to.
Uh,
Do you know what I mean?
like I said before, I am absolutely one of a kind.
As a one of a kind, you said that you will guarantee that the heir would get the throne.
In-
Yes?
Indeed. I don't plan on ruling forever. That sounds like quite a boring life of a bureaucrat, actually. But I want my time to finish what I've started, and I will gladly leave this project to someone else.
I see Derek see Ruben just taking a seat. I'm like, um, Derek will say, um, before I agree to this, I want to know one thing.
And what's that?
How many years are you planning to rule over there? I mean, I don't mean to offend you. I I see that you different magical beings that might be beyond mortal. Um, it might be beyond. You might avoid. You might immune to the mortality.
Hmm,
How many years?
let's say 33 years. That's a good time for a ruler to reign. And of course, if your heir proves they're capable before that, I would gladly let the project go so I could start another.
I look at Bernard, Vesper, and Oz. Fine, fine, and then I will step towards the chairs.
Bernard looks
Hmm.
and scurries up close. So that's nasty. Yeah, I said it last time, like when the notion of someone else taking all the credit came up. I just like kind of an exasperated sigh and stepped into the stairs. So I was already on it.
Hmm.
There's only four chairs on that stairs. If you stretch.
Just pretend there's another one there. Oh, there you
How does that make you feel?
I also have detect magic still up. Am I noticing any effects that are currently on effect?
go. Give me a Arcana check.
Bread and butter. But 5 butter.
25's really good, and you can, like, every mage of this level like constantly has spells going on them, right? Every mage you've seen above a certain level just kind of automatically, like breathing, has magic going on, but you don't notice anything coming from her.
Huh. I would be puzzled then, such a powerful creature doesn't have any even warding, like no warding in that distance.
Nothing that you can detect.
Oh shit. Fair enough.
And here, Ruben, give me a perception check real quick. Lovely. On the finger of the queen, you notice the spy master's signet. A symbol that you recognize. A single open eye. I believe so. We've seen it on stamps and letters before. Because the signet rings are for sealing wax letters, correct? Or maybe it's just the symbol, but yeah. Oh, queen is fine. Oh, and when you ask her about that, she kind of gives you a little side eye. She goes, "No, this is something I've picked up since then." Didn't know the prior holder well, but was able to surpass them in a sense. Ah, yes, cast away. What would you like to know? Willingly. It is not of the city what happened to me. Like I said, it's magics from the jungles of Tareen. The lizardmen there know quite a bit about shape changing.
What do you want to do with the throne?
I want to rebuild Dragonheim.
And you said you're gonna help the general public, like you're not gonna allow thieving and banditry.
Yes, I'm gonna do it in a way that will allow the uplifting of all citizens of this nation to a sense where those activities will no longer need to be done.
Are you gonna give the general uplift them with money, or
Well, you can't eat gold. But we will find a way to get food into this nation that can't seem to grow any at the moment.
no, it's just around Dragonheim, right? Or the rest part you grow?
Well, a lot of it, but around Drakenheim was many miles that supported quite a big population.
Yeah.
Do you plan to take over Western?
Well, this is the capital city. I would hope in time all the lesser nobles would swear fealty to me. Well, I don't want the conflict, but I assume bringing magic to the public might bring the ire of the surrounding nations. Now, but not sorcerer kings. It'd be a whole sorcerer nation. No longer need for slave and servitude when you can conjure the magic of the universe.
Wait, are you trying to make everybody drink more?
Well, yes, imagine a world where old nans don't have to blister their hands washing and cooking, and they can just snap with a simple prestidigitation, free up their time for all sorts of things.
How does that fit in with the falling fire?
Well, they too are making everybody different in their own way, are they not? And I'm accepting of people that have their own differences. I would give them a space when other nations would not. When in fact other nations would persecute them.
Would you take the sacrament?
I don't know if that is quite for me. But having an alliance with the faith, I think, would do quite fitting. Especially if I'm going to craft my own edicts of illumin. All must be present at the table. Well, not rewrite history, that'd be changing the past. I'm to learn from the lessons and the failures, and try something new. Well, actually, that isn't quite new. There are other nations across the seas that I've seen where things like this are already possible. Where mage blood is not as persecuted. Although the strangeness of their cults and their secretive is mirrored by their freedom as well. Well, a common person might be able to cast a cantrip. The great spellcasters still keep themselves away.
So still with the the organized learning, but in addition, that personally I really have is good for all this important, well, removing that low level barrier between matters between reality. Am I understanding you correctly?
Well, absolutely. I still want there to be masons that learn, but maybe that dangerous work could be replaced by a mold earth. Who knows?
I'm kind of lost in thought, imagining that world.
Yes. Ah, it's a great spell that was cast on me. Although the pronunciation I cannot repeat in this place.
I'm sorry, you cut. Sorry, can you say that again?
The queen said there's a great spell cast on her, but the pronunciation she cannot repeat in this place.
Would I not be able to? So I just can't. It's on her, but I can't detect it. Sure it is.
I would be breaking a pact. I cannot do that here. With the shamans of Turin. Yeah, go ahead and roll me a history. I mean, yeah, you know that they have great shape changing spells, and new beings and hybrids have emerged from the jungles before.
There is like a other shapeshifter beast in society.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Were they able to hold those beings or something like that?
Yes.
Okay, so this is very much like the long past legacy of all customs that were fairly forgotten by the rest of the world.
Right. I mean, it's also something from somewhere else that is brought somewhere new as well. In a sense.
Gives me a token.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so she has like many trinkets in a sense.
Yeah.
How about that? I mean, recognize perhaps like either a nice symbol or another symbol that would pertain to some old gods we use in Europe.
I mean, actually, looking at it, you're recognizing art and craftsmanship from all around the world. Um, that main one that still stuck out you was the Spy Master signet from Drakenheim. Um, you actually notice maybe in your past insanity that like she turned and looked at the moon, but she did not see what you were seeing. The mirror did not reflect, and she says back to you, "What did you say?" So, do you know you're being watched now? She says, "I see, and thus am unseen, but I don't know what watches you, Reuben."
What does watch you, Ruben?
Speak explicitly truth, please. Yes, I don't even try to resist giving a fair answer. I'll try to go for an answer I had thought perhaps before. I don't know.
Okay. So
I
something is watching you.
fear, fear. I almost get a bit emotional while I it. I fear I will never know. I need to know. This, I say that to all of you. You might have an inkling of it, but stay oriented. This is important. It is not a question of feeling right. There is a right or correct way. None of that. Just this is what we are being witnessed.
What's this?
Hands, raised hands to the chest, face almost this right now. The sledge support. Yes. This is a illusion, a history that might be forgotten, that might never be written in the history books, but take that as it is. It doesn't matter. It is important to be witnessed. We are seeing something, and you win. You do not have the sight. You are not you are not you are not an you are not a voyeur. You are a trawler. What you are doing right now, what you will do in the years to come, and what led you now, was your hands waiting for the right moment to strike into history. It may make your mark, have your trail. You, and then he points to maybe coming back to her hand or paw, to her wing. You are not to be unseen. If you want to see the world, to know what there is to be known, you just must. That is my pledge. Then pointing to the ring again, but that is not your station.
Ah, you're right. Perhaps she starts pulling the ring off. Perhaps the time of my unseeing is, is at bay. For like you said, in the grand history of things, if it wasn't seen, did it ever quite happen? And she hands you the ring.
Now you have a look at it yourself.
me where I need to be. I'll know. I'll know when I know, but not everyone will see that. And I'm fine with that. Your Grace, what is it that we will be, I mean, doing precisely today?
Well, I've passed on one of the seals now to Reuben, but we need the rest. The seals of Drakenheim. They were all crafted by mages of the Amethyst Academy and the clergy, and were gifted to Drakenheim after the Edicts of Lumen. They're part of the set that goes with the Crown of Westamar. Each of the nations each got their own. The Caspians got their swords. The Illyrians got their seals, and the Drakenheim theirs.
Are the seals like the six swords of Caspia? The seals of Caspia? Similar to Westamar, right?
Yeah, quite similar. Although, yes, all the Caspian princes got their swords and their grand sword instead of a crown, and I believe, no, they did get the crown. But they're a little more fractured than the more united nations. But
Are these badges of office, or are these badges? They are needed every time we have a peace conference. We need all six swords of Caspia to elect a king. It's profound in magic, but the crown is very powerful. I am visibly confused with the thought of one person carrying six swords. No, there's six. There's six swords for the six houses. And then you see the understanding.
yes, when a new leader is elected, a great ritual is done. And only when all the seals and offices are made can a new leader be crowned. So we still need the Chancellor's crest, the inscrutable staff, which is presumably still in the tower. I believe the Lord Commander's badge might be still in the possession of that Elias Drexel. And, well, the others are lost. The phylactery, maybe in some of the holy sites, and the Steward's seal. I've been searching for any bit of word, but I don't know. Well, and as well as the crown, that might still be in the castle. And who knows what's in there?
Speaking of the holy sites, will you help me gather the relics of Saint Trivia?
Yes, I can provide the assistance you may need. I know that siding the falling fire will certainly take handing those relics over to them for safekeeping. Ah, he's the leader of the Hood and Lanterns.
So the name should ring a bell to.
There we go.
And once we have acquired these relics, we can.
Have my coronation. And won't that be grand? But in the meantime, I can help you, dear Bernard. Learn about yourself.
fourth in his form. You know, like there's an intensity to him. He's like quivering. For knowledge.
Information.
But in the sense that, like, you know, like if you have a dog and you tell it to sit and you're holding a treat and it's just sitting there watching you, like, I know this is for me. I know I really want it. I'm willing to do whatever you want me to do in order to get it. That's kind of the energy he's got.
Well, I don't want to overwhelm you too much, Bernard, but I will remind you this. I will give you a name. Bartus Brickleback. Do you remember? Do you remember your old patron?
Kind of screws up his face a little. The name sounds right. He kind of side glances at her. You were married to him.
I wasn't the first.
You see, like, ghosts of memories dance behind his eyes, of like time that he might have spent with some of Pickleback's wives, and he's trying to piece together whether those are memories of Iris or not.
Yeah. And she beckons you forward a little bit and like gives you a little like kiss on the cheek. And be like, just remember that for now. You had your ways. Let's see if we can get that quick wicket back. Well, maybe keeping a bit of that monstrousness. We'll see.
Bernard, can you transform into a lizard and tease your queen?
He shoots you a withers.
Sorry, I thought I should have thought to myself.
Like
Hilarious.
has like slight like hand on cheek on like chin and she's like, do you like the power of what you've become?
He kind of like looks down at his hand and like, you know, lets his claws come out a little bit. Do you know what happened?
It's not the same that's happened to me, but many magics of the flesh I presume could be similar, which is why I think I could help you with the undoing of it. If it was in the city, that has to be the source. We could scour the rest of it, or see what happens as we begin to piece you back together.
Very much so. He kind of looks down at his claws again. It's been useful. It's been. He looks back up at her and he says, there's a fondness in his eyes for the fact that she's not here. And he just kind of lets out a impatient sigh with himself that he doesn't think deserves it. If you could help me find her, no one knows how I feel, how I am. Thank you for offering to help me, because
Here, give me but a lock of your hair, darling. And I think it may be time to send you all on your way. Unless you have more questions for the time. Or do you need to stick around and rest? You know, things are moving in the city.
So I have two more wishes to get the badges.
Oh, overarching. I guess we're still in the zone of truth here. Is there any more questions we should be asking? We've had quite the heartfelt session here, gentlemen.
And Devrick raises his hands up.
Yes, Devrick.
Can you promise me that if we take care of the queen of the queen the queen of Dragonheart, can we take care of ourselves? Can you promise me not to harm her? Or not necessarily. Do you know what I mean?
I know what you mean, and I give you my word. But bringing her up, as much as I would like to start helping our dear Bernard here, she has been left in the city for a long time, has she not? She might be a most pressing matter here. I wouldn't want anyone else getting their hands on her. But let me ask you this, Devrick. Where do your loyalties lie? I can trust that most of the people sitting around here, their loyalty first lies with themselves, and that's why I can trust them. But I still sense that air of duty on you. What do you truly want, Devrick? What do you truly fight for?
Devrick truly looks shot, like he looks shot, and then like he looks down on himself, looks onto other people and the queen, and then like he's like just like cannot answer the question. Devrick will say, absolutely.
I mean, is that the truth? That's not a lie?
That is not a lie. That's not a lie.
Wow.
Devrick is just truly shocked right now. He's like, why didn't you ask this question before?
Well, you have good people around you. Well, I want you to know. So I hope by the next time I see you, you can answer that question.
Yes, but after my duty is done, I will say.
Okay, Zone of Truth, 10 minutes? I wasn't keeping track when it started, but any more questions, guys? Of course, when we have the time. But it's a long story. I'll tell you also, I'm in the process of writing it. Hopefully, it will inspire young boys and girls across the world. You know, a single book can change quite a lot. Well, I'll tell you this, Ruben, and maybe we have this in common. Were you born with magic? I I certainly was not. But I had to go find power for myself in this world, and I did. Right? And can see what we were talking before. I think it would be better to take out the hooded lanterns first, and use their forces to drive out the Silver Order. But I don't want to hurt the hooded lanterns per se. They're still my country folk. We can do our best to maybe infiltrate and overtake them. If you can cut off the head without hurting the body, that would gladly do. And I think that would be something that our friend Devrick here would gladly do. Well, they continue to buy delirium, and we can continue to profit. But as long as it's the people of that own the crown, that own the ground, and not the academy, then it's fine with me. But it seems our allegiance with the falling fire here means we won't be selling the delirium anymore. So the academy may not be so kind to that. I mean, what are you gonna go tell your friends, the dwarves?
Guide us to where you are in your journey of fame. But it seems to be rather passive in relying on us to do all of them. If we do
Actually, I will say in this moment that Vester might be aware of like hunting aids, classic in monster hunting in Caspia, that like he might have died without eating the hero's feast from like way sessions ago.
But I meant also the nepotism of finding young, impressionable people, giving them power, and then set, like, hitting that root.
Yeah, you guys got that. You got it. The queen's not saying anything. She's just slightly chuckling.
The faith is right and everybody wants to believe in it. You believe in it?
Yes.
So the queen, pipes in and says, "Sir Fritz, when you close your eyes, can you visualize the flame? Can you see it inside yourself?"
I'll try to close my eyes and visualize the flame.
Yeah. How often do you pray? I mean, this is all. I'm not gonna tell you if you see visions. You tell me if Fritz sees visions.
Yeah, I see in my mind's eye a golden fire where the shard is, and I feel warm and light from it. And I pray it all the time, and ever since I took the sacrament, I felt closer to sacred flame than ever else. I've never been a religious man before, but ever since I took the plunge, I feel like I have a purpose, and I'm closer to achieving that purpose than ever.
Yeah. As a DM, I will tell you, like, yeah, you feel even younger, fresher, more energetic. Like you've drinking an energy drink, but with no come down all the time. Like really lit up by the fire.
There have been white powders that have done the same thing, just for a shorter period of time. So keep that in mind. There's no come down yet. That's the secret, Ken.
You guys mean, was it skooma? Or whatever. Anyway. Moon sugar. um.
But yeah.
I think a good next move would be finding a way to take out that clock tower. If you haven't gotten close, I'll let you know there's a coven of around 60 harpies that patrol that area and make their nests in the clock tower and surrounding roofs. And I haven't gotten a way to deal with them. Most of my men don't have ways of flying. I mean, and Deverick, of course. I'm a good climbing.
After we take the clock tower and make a strong move of it, what then?
The other tower.
The badges.
The other tower. There's two of them. We need them both.
We have the badges, and we have the Relics of Saint Turbio that we can go after.
Yes, just keep working away at Drakenheim. I have all this managing to do here with the building, and Ruben, I will eventually it'll give you a map of the new tunnels that I've been working on. Another thing I have to oversee. But for now, go and be my eyes, ears, and my boots on the ground. And I will get our deal set right away.
Suppose that that is a. That's today's. Week. I want to try going somewhere, and Wolfgang Chauffeurs for actually 6 hours a week.
That's true. I might need rest.
Looking at the window, still the haze here, but we are not safe from. We can't really rest.
Not completely in this area, but if we go deeper, there are a couple safe pockets we've made. Now, you can't stay long term. You stay more than a couple of days, or even some on the first night, are struck by nightmares. And the insanity slowly creeps in. So, like learning from the Hood and Lanterns, we cycle our men in and out. But actually, above table here, don't most of you guys have more than half your spell slots? And aren't you all full health? No, you did use all your spell slots?
Full health. Full health, but I have a bunch of spell slots. Well, a bunch. I have some.
Like that big.
Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't even taken a short rest since we left the arena.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought we got a short rest before going in. Oh, wait. We got one before going in for Linda.
Yeah, so since we left the arena, we haven't been short.
Yeah.
Oh. I thought I gave you guys a short rest after the arena as well.
Yes.
Yeah, that's when you guys did like the healing and stuff.
You need
Oh,
the
yeah.
you need the big sleep.
Someone needs a long rest, yeah.
And does anyone have contamination that needs dealt with?
Yes, I do.
I do, yes.
I can. So this is why I reserve some spell slots. Because if you have the components, I can do it twice. And then you'll feel like shit. You'll wake up and you'll be fine.
Can't you use delirium to first kill your contamination?
Don't like that.
I use the stones to destroy.
And the queen goes, "Is there anything else?"
Oh no, we're good.
And she snaps her fingers. All you guys see black.
Can we see each
wonder
other,
how to
or
do
are we
that.
just...
You wake up 6 hours later, short rested, in a shack in the outskirts of Drakenheim.
Short rested.
Yes.
I don't even know what
So now,
the place is.
yeah, so now it is like midnight, I believe. But the city is alight with octarine light, and it's about as gloomy as it is during the day.
So we got a short rest, not a long rest?
She just
Or long rest, sorry.
Long rest.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys wake up like still in the row,
Yeah, let's get.
but like in a shack in the outskirts.
Does that keep you close to us? We will still leave behind a photo of the crushing quality of Wolfgang's condition.
Do you have how many levels do you have?
One.
If we do it before we take a long rest, that exhaustion will be gone.
Yeah, that's fair.
And it's midnight, so we're not going anywhere at this hour. Well,
I mean,
go somewhere we can.
presume she lets you do those things.
Oh,
In the shack.
Yeah.
So
That's all I can do.
um, no, to your character, she did snap her fingers, and you guys sitting in those seats, you did like blinked, and you woke up,
Okay.
having.
Is that happened?
Yeah, I would also.
Yeah, you can both give me Arcana checks.
I'll use my advantage of read.
Cool, thanks. 26.
Yeah, just the last 6 or 8 hours of your memory are squeaky clean.
Modified memory. There it is. I've not seen that one before. What a cheeky trick. Nice. I'm just like visibly impressed. But still in like that kind of green academic sort of way.
Bernard's gonna pick it, or like spend half a second just kind of like looking around, almost frustrated, and then he's gonna pick himself up and go, "Well, let's get going to the clock."
It's
Hell's over anyway.
it's midnight. Are we?
Oh.
It's nighttime. Are we cool with just hopping out with no resources?
Not to contradict the DM, but it probably was about midnight when we were meeting with the queen, based on my records.
Oh, sorry. No, yeah, it was 7 when it started. So then, yeah, it would go. So it's about dawn now.
So
You're
do we
right.
get a long sleep?
Yeah.
Yeah, you get your long sleep.
Oh, he said short sleep, and I was confused. Okay, we're good. Cool. But it was in an instant. I wouldn't have been able to do the purging, right?
Did you have the spell slots available to do it?
Yes.
You did the purging. You felt like you were commanded to go through your process.
I had two free slots available. You could do that.
So me first?
Yeah.
Yes. Whoever's got the most.
Yeah, you would have been compelled to do your routine before resting. But she's still up on her secrecy about locations. Even though she is opening the truth to you guys, she has to do those things. Although Devrick does have the path from the row to the Queen's Arena, you don't have the path from the arena to her place.
Makes sense. Derek will lift lifting everyone's secrets.
Yeah, it was kind of like a magical bag was put over your head.
Try to see it's from like the other side of the walls or because I can watch before everything leaves.
You were, I guess someone might have gone upstairs, but you were, I guess, below a basement, so like 2 layers down, where the haze wasn't able to get you. Um, it seems like it was a new model, but whoever went up was able to see the time of day. But underneath, you do have ease.
I use thaumaturgy to make like a droning, buzzing sound for the rest, so we can speak a little bit more freely between us. So without being cut. Like watching at Devrick, Bernard, Vesper, and everything that happened concerning Ori.
Oh, you do feel in that time that you attuned to that ring. But you don't remember attuning to it, so you do realize that now.
After I got the secret from the other. And this one sounds like a plan. Do we need to have a frank conversation about what's going to happen?
No, we need to get to the clock tower like she told us to.
we want to be unabsorbed.
I have to agree with Arya. I think we should clear the tower, and then we talk about that stuff afterwards.
Okay, so clearly the need to
Mm-hmm.
the droning subside.
Hmm.
Yeah, let's get there, shall we?
Okay. Okay. So we go clock tower. Clock tower. Should we move by walls, pass through the gate, and then cross the bridge? Clock tower. What is the clock tower by that map? It's plus 11, but
12.
12. Still good.
Yeah, I like that plan.
Okay. Uh, okay. Someone first?
Yes.
D6s, please.
Womp. Womp indeed.
All right. Would you guys like to roll the D100s, or would you like me to? Ooh. Roll twice for me, Orion.
Oh no, again.
Yeah, and you guys can move where you want me, where you guys were planning on moving to.
Six first.
Wow. Interesting.
Said six. But I had to go around.
Yeah, it's been a while since we used this one. Go ahead and put yourselves in marching order here.
I think Bernard might be at the front.
Hey. Yeah, and you guys can also talk about what happens in the hour before this coming encounter as I set it up. Yeah, you're coming in from the, like, you're heading like southwest, so put yourself somewhere in the northeast there.
I'll say, I don't like the memory flash. He probably bugged us.
Probably, yeah. There's a lot of holes in my memory and sleeve, and that's probably why.
I think Bernard will have like a little bitter like scoff at that and be like, "What?"
Yeah, I don't envy you, bud. At least you're getting pieces of the pie.
He'll raise his finger up that has the pearl ring on it that the queen gave to him,
Mm-hmm.
and he'll be like, "When you say she bugged us, I assume that this probably has something in it that will allow her to keep track of us anyway."
Probably. She probably
It
sent
would
all
make
of her
sense.
hair to fly at us whenever.
I would have been very careful to make that not happen.
I could try to spin that for you.
Bernard's gonna give you like almost a filthy look. Like, why the fuck would you ask that? Like, fast as possible, and he's gonna come right up to Ruben and say, "I was just getting a taste of something that I've been looking for years." He's gonna realize he's like way up in your face and back off every quick minute or two. Who I
So
am.
like Ruben comes back to your face, not aggressively, but calmly. Okay, ça va.
Who I am, Ruben. Your only mystery in life is this weird watcher you feel, or whatever knowledge you need to acquire. But I have lost myself. She has answers, and I want them.
Yeah, she did not give you any answer.
No, she didn't. But if we do what she wants, she might.
You asked me not yet. I told you don't do anything. Just stay here. What's that?
I make a casting a fishing line sound.
The claws on his right hand are gonna come out, and he's gonna like scowl at you with the right. That was more than I ever thought of you as. If she has to play with me in order to, for me to get what I want, I'm willing to do it.
Never, never.
I nod in acceptance. But I mean, honestly, I think I'm willing to be manipulated to get what you want, because what you want is being told. It doesn't really matter how it gets done.
Never become between Bernard and Ruben. Be like, that's enough, gentlemen. We have a mission at hand.
Bernard's like fangs are going to show for a brief moment, like, and I was doing that before I got instructed.
Oh, here, stay where you guys are at.
White contemplative.
Yeah, stay where you guys are at. I like where you guys are at. No, 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 no. Go back where you were, Deverick. I said put you guys in your marching order, and that's where you were. Give me a perception check. Because you were going normal pace, so you're allowed to do that.
We should figure out the distance between destiny.
Sure, sure.
I was gonna ask the same thing, but I did it.
Yeah. I mean, you guys were also yelling there a little bit. But, I mean, I don't want you guys to not yell. I mean, sometimes the city is quiet, and that's okay. Yeah, everyone rolled more than a 10. You notice.
I mean, Bernard was clearly magenta. Something we might not have insight of, but like he wasn't like playing, toying, or mocking Bernard. Quite the opposite.
Yeah, and I also feel like this might be a rare moment when Devrick comes down to join you guys as a group. I feel like he's normally jumping on the roofs and stuff. But I think Devrick specifically now notices a tripwire and a spring pop, lever change, and a bunch of gibbering mouthers drop into existence around you guys. And a hail of arrows flies from below the other side. Go ahead and roll me initiative. They slip down from. You look around and you see there were little boxes and cages that were on the roofs, and they kind of flop down and roll. So these ones aren't on the roofs anymore. They fall down next to you.
Ruben, have you learned from last time?
There's no magic book.
I mean, let me remind you that last time it was Bernard saying not his angry with me for some reason. So
I will say if you're within 10 foot of one of these guys, you are in difficult terrain. And if you're... Oh. Where are you? Which one are you under? What? Oh yeah, you moved it. Here it's there, parallel with its buddy. I'll move it. Yeah, there we go. And then here, let's put. Gotta add these guys' turn. Even though you can't see them yet. Southwest. Oh, which ones were they again? There we go. It looks like Bernard is the first to act here. Please give me.
Were the arrows like a trap, or are there people hiding in the woods?
You have no clue in this instance. But give me a DC 10 strength save so that you're able to move out of the goo that is now seeping around your feet. Heck yeah. So just for in the 10-foot radius around these dudes, difficult terrain. How do you like to move? Jump?
We're not fighting these things, right?
Just run, bro, buddy. Just run.
Why?
he said it.
You've already killed enough monsters, Master. What more do you want?
Where are we gonna
low.
run
Let's
to?
just get out of here.
Wait, what you bring?
Away. Just away, buddy.
Do what you want.
It's wild that you guys did double trouble again for gibbering mothers. They just want you.
I think I'm gonna cast haste on myself.
Actually, first the DC 10 Wisdom save. That's what I was forgetting. It is when you can see it and starts your turn. Not on his turn. Ooh. D8, please. From the gibberin. Three. Stands paralyzed. Guess that means we're on to Ruben. The strength save and then wisdom save. Did I cut out? I must have cut out. Testing. Why is it not working? What the fuck? I can't hear you guys.